Okay. It's Saturday. And Maria and I were just talking. We're going to Maine Memorial. We're not going to set up because of the threat of rain.
It's supposed to rain this afternoon.
Yeah, but Maria and I were just talking about how there's definitely going to be people doing it.
Yeah.
Because with
people need money.
People need money. And I mean, even like back in the day, we would take a chance on it. But
yeah, because I had at the time when Daisy was little, you would stay home with her and do eBay, and I would go to the flea market with this guy Bob.
Yes, everybody remembers Bob because they yelled at him all the time, right?
A lot of times, if there was a threat of rain, he was like, you know, it's going to rain. I'd be like, whatever, I'm going.
Yeah.
You know, I'll do it by myself. I'll go. You don't have to come.
Yeah. I mean, because you could always do a light setup, and it was different. We did a lot of glass.
But sometimes, you know, they say it's going to rain, and then it doesn't rain.
Well, that's what everybody's banking on or hoping for.
I don't. That was back in the day when the flea markets were good, though.
Yeah.
So now the flea markets have kind of fallen off a bit.
Yeah.
So
it's more of a buyer's market right now.
It's not. That's why we're like, and I think because we're older now, it's like,
no, you know what it is? It's
running
like
around trying to get all this stuff. But back in the day too, we had more like glassware.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So that got wet.
Whatever, you dry it off. We would have a towel in the car.
But now you guys sell a lot of stuff in paper packaging and
gets wet, gets
and
ruined.
Records. If they get wet, they're like they
just might as well just throw it away. You know, a lot of it. You know, like if a game cover gets wet and the manual gets wet, well, it's not going to dry, and that's it. It'll get wrinkled and crinkled and look like crap, and then you have to pack with everything wet. It's just like it's no good. But there will be people there, and they will set up, and they will get rained on.
They need to make money.
I mean, hopefully it doesn't rain, but you know, if it doesn't rain, then I'll have to hear about it didn't rain and I could have made money.
Yeah. And if the clothes get wet, they can always throw them in a dryer when they get home or something.
I suppose.
I guess.
So it's not just to set up in the rain. Like if I could, I'd have 2 cars loaded with stuff for it might rain and for stuff like beautiful sunny day. Yeah, that guy's speeding along.
It's 40 miles per hour here.
Yeah, and what are we doing? 45?
I'm doing 45, 46. Yeah. And he just flew past me.
No, I know. So we'll see. You know, I'm sure there'll be a line. I'm sure some people will set up, and you'll be like this. Hey guys, pay attention to the rain, and they'll be like, rain? It's gonna rain? You know,
a lot of people don't check the weather, which I find really strange when you're in the business.
Working outdoors.
Yeah, outdoors. Like you need to check the weather.
Yeah. There's somebody crossing.
Why are you crossing the street now?
Is he gonna make a stop?
Yeah.
No, he stopped in the middle. Yeah, that's good. I mean, he's probably feeling like, hey, it's like 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. Like nobody's like driving, but a lot of people are driving. But it looks like we have the road to ourselves mostly right now.
Except for the drunks.
Yes, the drunks coming home.
That's for tomorrow morning, actually.
Yeah. Well, no, people party on Friday. I used to party on Friday. You know, you're done working.
Yeah, we used to go to work.
Yep. With our friends after the job. And we'd all run up like really expensive meals where you'd have to leave a huge tip. And people would like leave without tipping. I threw money
down. I'll see you guys on Monday.
Hey guys, mine came to about like 20, so here you go.
And then you get the bill and it's like $300. It's like, what?
And you like you spent like, you counted up and there's like 200 there. And it's 300, and there's the fucking tip, and you're like, I just spent like $30, you know.
I bought the cheapest thing on the
So then you're like, you gotta be like, you can't even stay late. You gotta be the one that goes, okay guys, I'm leaving, bye.
Yeah.
You know, other's you get stuck with it. That happens like more than
Oh my god.
That's why you see somebody going, wait, let me before you go, let me get the calculator.
Yeah.
Well, you had this, you had this, you had this, you had this. You know, or then we were like, you know what, separate bills, please. Does it happen more than a few times? We're like separate bills. Yeah. Now, let's see. Now the last place we went to, they charge like 18%, which is fine. I mean, sometimes we actually tip, believe it or not, more generous than 18%.
We usually do like 20%.
Yeah, we usually do. But now they leave about. We've been getting bills at 18, so we haven't been. I didn't leave tip just the other day. We took Daryl out to eat.
Oh, because the tip is in the bill.
Tip was in the bill.
Oh, okay.
And at 18%, you know, like, what's the point? I didn't really leave anything extra. this way. I mean, it's good for them. They get it for sure. Even though the whole system is BS. The employer should pay for the employee. They should pay them the wage. We were just talking yesterday about, there's this one restaurant, I have a friend that works there, and what they do is, he said that he got screwed over one of the nights we went there. We left him like a big tip, plus we gave him like a $50, like a, just come and buy whatever you want, $50, like a, what do you call it, a gift certificate to the store. Ooh, I don't even know what that was. Yeah, it's like, but we gave him like $50. So he said, I was glad you guys were so nice and generous, because that night 5 people didn't leave tips. And what happened is, like, most restaurants over a certain amount will do that 18%. Some just do the 18% now or whatever, 15, 20, whatever they do. But he says that night that we didn't tip them. I mean, that we tipped him. 5 people didn't tip him. And the restaurant that he works at, I never heard this crap. I would have been challenging that. But he said, the people that work underneath them, the servers, the busboys, things like that, right? They have to give them 5% of whatever the cost is. 5% of whatever people spend, even if they don't get a tip. So they have to give them that 5% out of their own cash. I'm like, what? You're not the employer. The restaurant's the employer. So I would like be challenging that. But he says overall he likes the job and he makes good tips and he feels important there and he likes doing it. So I guess he don't want to rock the boat, and I guess he feels enough. But he said that night he would have, let's see, I don't even know. I think he said he had to give back about almost $100 because we gave him a tip about like 70. He said, he was like, thank you for being so generous. Because I pretty much everything you gave me, I had to just give back, and I still think that's crap. I know other people, like, since we're talking about restaurants.
Well, no, so like the restaurants that we've usually been going to have 3 options of tip, and they just give you how much. Like if you want to do a 10% tip, if you want to do a 15% tip, if you want to do a 20% tip, and they tell you how much the amount is according to your bill.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is you have to watch out. If you work for a restaurant, you probably know this, and you probably say, yeah. Restaurants will fake. Restaurants have to pay you at least minimum wage.
They had to. He was getting $3 an hour.
Yeah,
and
at least minimum
wage. He would make it up in
tips.
In tips.
Well, a lot. That's what they do for everybody.
The tips have to be shared between the wait staff and the
servers, the bus
and the bartender.
And the bartender.
So he was coming home with little envelopes.
But that's not even the problem.
$19 a night. But then when he would get his check, it would say he made much more money.
Right. That's not even the problem, though. That's not where I was going to go.
So now he's paying taxes on money he never even earned.
What happens is the restaurant, like, you're making nothing, no tips, right? But then the restaurant double sticks it to you because they have to pay you at least minimum wage. If you don't get at least minimum wage, what they do is they'll just lie when it comes to the form. They'll say you made more than you did. So you're not getting the money, you're making less than minimum wage, and you're having to pay taxes on their lies. But that place sucked. So.
But what was funny is that I never realized that. Until
our accountant.
When I talked to our accountant, he was like, "Oh, you better watch his checks and make sure," because he says a lot of restaurants do it. I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was upset because I didn't save the envelopes that he brought his tip money home in.
Yeah, it would have been proof.
Yeah, because then it would have been proof. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. But all right, guys, if you work for a restaurant, beware, because they're shady. People used to like working for restaurants. Yeah, people used to like working for restaurants.
And keep track of how much tips you get.
Yeah.
And it was like a newer restaurant that at the beginning wasn't very popular. And
I'll say the name, Sedona.
They were bringing in more staff than they needed. And then those little bit of tips had to get spread out between all these people.
Yeah, it was a new restaurant, Sedona.
Yeah, and then he wasn't bringing home nothing.
It's in Cliffside Park. I mean, maybe they're better now to their employees, but... Why? They screwed over my kid. Screw them. And it's something that happened. But anyway, we're heading to the flea market. We're gonna, I don't know, maybe we'll find some stuff.
Why are you
it's gonna be
your
weird.
Brakes when the light ahead is green?
Maybe he sees the red over to the left.
Maybe he's been drinking.
You been drinking, buddy? Huh? Maybe. Young dude. Maybe he's just going to work. He's tired. Worked too hard. But all right. Maybe we'll get some of the flea market. AJ's going to come and we'll shop around. He figures why not help me shop. I might have to help. I don't know. If I don't have to, that'd be fine. Because now pretty much the other one's canceled. Everybody should be there, right? They should have plenty of workers. Right?
Unless they don't do this one. It's probably just going to be me, Ellen, and Manny.
All right.
Maybe Scott.
Yeah, probably.
And Danielle.
Well, they're not setting up. I know that. They're not dumb. All right. Anyway, we're going to the market. Maybe I'll get some stuff. I'll wind up at the store later. Bye. All right. So I'm here, and there aren't a lot of vendors, to be honest. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't think there's 20 vendors yet. It looks like they're going to have the market, you know? But I don't think there's going to be much to shop or buy for me this morning, because usually the majority of the vendors have like newer items. So, or I mean, maybe I'll get some stuff I can use, but the majority have newer. Probably the ones that are the least worried about their stuff getting wet are here, you know? So I don't know. We'll see if I get anything at all here. I'm messaging AJ and going, hey, you know what, AJ? I don't even know it's worth coming, you know? But, all right. It's so dark. All right, you know what? I'm going to walk around the flea market. I'm at Maine Memorial. And I'm just going to look and see what kind of stuff the vendors have today. There's a fair amount of clothes and shoes. There's some perfumes, some jewelry, odds and ends, more clothes. There's new clothes, used clothes, more shoes and sneakers. We have toys today, Funko Pops. More clothes and little tchotchkes. More toys. I don't know what that is. Scarves? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, you know, that actually makes sense for this market, because it is a fairly healthy Muslim community here. So it makes sense to be selling, I believe they're pronounced hijabs, but I don't know. Let's see. We got a dollar guy. 6 for $5. More jewelry. Nothing too amazing. There's some Dragon Ball Z figures. Those are nice, but I think they're not official. Bootleg. From China. Pretty sure. No, I'm not going to go find out, though, because I don't really care. More clothes, more shoes. Usually when I look for clothes, I look for vintage. I don't mess with shoes too much. Not my forte. I'm actually on my way to get something to eat. So I'll probably cut through here. I'm going to see if the Oz Halal Meat Food and Market it says it's open. Oh, somebody just came out. So maybe get a buttered roll or something like that. All right, a super light day shopping at JC. I hung out because Marie was working the market and whatever. I was just being helpful. Marie did get us. You paid what, $3 for this stuff? $5. You got these beaded earrings. Usually they're
J. Crew. Well, they're not real Indian, but I just like the color.
I was gonna say normally they're like Indian, but you know, the bead. I mean, they're called seed bead, right? These are J. Crew.
J. Crew.
People buy these.
I gotta look them up.
Okay, hopefully they'll buy it. But this is a kind of a win. It's a bangle sterling silver, right? I got some random stuff, barely anything. I can't really. Here, I got a guitar, Hero guitar. And then I got stuff like t-shirts for you, Daryl. I got you some t-shirts. This one isn't worth much. It needs a dongle. I don't know if it has it. And I got some others. I'll show it later. All right. I barely bought anything today. I bought this jacket, denim jacket. It is Banana Republic Heritage Lady Size Small. It was $4. Somebody gave us tomatoes. What is this? Oh, I bought some t-shirts, Daryl, for you, and I bought this bag. Yeah, it's not a fanny pack, it's an over-the-shoulder. I bought 3 of these. They're John Cena cars. I bought this for myself. I'm gonna take it to the store. And what? And this, I mean, I barely bought anything. I bought the phone today, and I bought 4 of these. They're Iron Man mugs, Marvel comics. They're pretty cool. Come in this nice box. They were only $2 each. These were $1 a piece. So everything I got was cheap, but I barely bought anything. Dave's new girlfriend.
Oh, man.
Let me see. What? Sonic with the 2 tails.
No, I want the tail.
Dave, I love you. You don't want this. Okay. Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X2. Are you gonna do this as? Are you gonna do this as a lot?
Now you can play with the back of guns.
Yeah, whatever. Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy Tactics, Assassin's Creed 3. Just to ask AJ. If AJ says okay. Assassin's Creed 3, and that looks like, who even cares? But it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Right, it's Sunday, 5:40 in the morning, and still dark out. When's daylight savings time? Or did it already happen? No, it couldn't have, right?
They've been pushing it off until like November, I think.
November. Okay.
I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Okay. Well, it's 5:40 in the morning. It's dark out. We're going to Kearny. I wish it would just rain early, because it's supposed to rain later, like about noon, hard. But if it would rain early, nobody would come, and they would just cancel it, and stuff would get wet, or like yesterday. Yesterday was a disaster, right? 5 tents were there weren't even that many vendors, but 5 people lost their tents.
No, there was about
50, 60.
Each page of her thing was like 40. There might have been about 50.
Yeah, it felt like 50 or 60, which is less than normal. Yeah, so it's like, but the weather's the same today. It's like bad. It's gonna rain.
But not first thing in the morning.
Not first thing in the morning. So
And
there's people like,
people don't check the weather.
or they just figure, maybe it won't rain. Maybe it'll get pushed out. Maybe.
Well, because they keep getting it wrong though.
Yeah. But it depends. Like when there's a certain percentage. It's like, I tell people, even when they say 10% chance of rain all day, that means.
I told you what happened yesterday. I was checking my phone all day, and all day they said the rain was coming at 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Mostly 3, they were saying. Like,
Yes.
3 was like, at one point was like 80%.
Right.
And they had a little exclamation point and a big lightning bolt. And
It came right around 3. I know that.
But then what happened is, when I took you to the store,
Yeah.
and I checked it again, it kind of went down to like 12%, 20%, something like that.
Yeah, some low percent.
And it looked like it might not rain.
Right.
But then when I got back, I was sitting there for a little bit,
Yeah.
but then I saw these big dark clouds. Somebody had pointed them out to me, and like, look what's over there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh crap. So I got out of the car, and some people had already left.
Smart ones.
Because, because I was telling people around 2, 3 o'clock, be careful.
Yes. I told
maybe
everybody.
1 o'clock, start thinking of wrapping your stuff
Yeah.
up. 'Cause some people, they put out so much stuff.
Yeah.
Some clothes.
They don't
and
have to do a
shoes,
light
so
setup.
much stuff that it takes them a long time to
Yes.
pack up. So, it's like when the rain came,
Yeah.
it came so hard.
Yeah. You sent me a video. It was
That
like,
the street, the corner I was at was a river.
yep, got flooded.
It was going like halfway up people's tires. And you
Wow.
know how a lot of these young guys had their cars so low?
Yeah.
I was like, how can you drive with your car like that?
Still
Just
do it.
Your car gonna get messed up.
It's not good for your car. No, but it's like, so it's like, that's what happened yesterday, but it didn't happen till late. So you could do it. I didn't want to set up because I knew I can't really do a light setup with the van, AJ's van. So I don't want to risk it, right? All that stuff go it. But a lot of people, I get it. You risk it, you make some money, you go home with some money, you get rid of some stuff. It's better than nothing, But like today though, it says even earlier, and it's supposed to be harder. But if it said it was going to rain earlier, then nobody would have to do anything. Nothing would be at risk. But because it says now like 12 o'clock, you know some people are going to be there and wanting to set up, like the ones that are super hardcore. But whatever. But that's where we're going. We're going there. I'm not set up.
She won't get enough, and she just won't.
Yeah.
She said that she'll redo it next Sunday.
Yeah, I know. It said redo it next Sunday. You know, she can redo it, but it would go against North Bergen.
No,
wouldn't be
she's not
next.
going to do North Bergen.
Okay, if she has Kearny. Yeah, so it's one or the other, not both. You know. All right. So like, we'll see what happens. I'm definitely not setting up. Maybe I'll walk around and buy a few things, but who the hell's going to be there? I don't know. You know, there's only a few vendors there that you get stuff from, and usually their stuff is okay. It's no big deal. If you get anything good, it's a fluke. You know, like really good. Nothing. I don't know. Whatever. I don't want to complain about the stuff. But anyway, we're going there. We'll see what happens. You know, I probably.
Yeah, yesterday I got so.
Yeah, I only got like 2 hours sleep last night. I went to that Impact wrestling thing, and I got home 2:30, and then Marie got me up at 4:30.
No, almost 5 o'clock.
I don't know, it felt like 4:30. All right, so I got 2 hours and 15 minutes of sleep. Sorry.
I gave you the option of staying home. I'd go by myself.
No, I gotta go with you. I don't want you to go by yourself. Driving around at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. But, all right, we're going to Kearny. It's probably a waste, but whatever. We'll see what happens. Okay, here's the update. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's here except for the keys. This is not usual. There would be somebody here at this point. There's always a diehard that makes it, but there it is. So I don't know. You know, they probably won't call it till 8, but I got a feeling nothing. It's not going to happen today.